Hello, this is David Stone, the biggest King fan in the state of Washington, with my video blog about Game 5 Stanley Cup Series against San Jose Sharks, LA Kings. Final score, LA Kings 3, San Jose Sharks 1. Well, unlike my blog the other night where I predicted doom and gloom for the LA Kings that they would for surely be eliminated in Game 5, I was wrong as usual. Because, I mean, who am I? I'm just a fan. I am not objective. I played amateur hockey. I've watched a lot of hockey, which means basically I don't know squat. There's no way I could have predicted what was going to happen. I mean, the Kings got completely dominated. There wasn't one area of that game, other than goaltending, in which they were even close to competing with the Sharks. The Sharks out-hit them, out-skated them, outshot them. They were tougher. They were quicker. It was remarkable to watch that game and see how the Kings could possibly have won that game. San Jose, to me, it looked like they changed up their style a little bit, especially in the defensive end, where the first 4 games, when the Kings would go down low, they would play kind of a contained style. It looked like the Sharks would play kind of a contained style. Kings had a little more of a room to work along the boards, and San Jose seemed kind of content to let them cycle a bit, although at times that would lead to trouble for San Jose. But last night's game, they were not giving the Kings any space at all. And it just seemed that every time the Sharks took the pass and tried to whip it out of the zone, the Kings couldn't hold it in, and it would go right to the stick of a Shark, and they'd be off and running on a full-speed rush into our end. The other thing that was so frustrating about this game was, if you were like me, I was watching the game on Versus. Well, Versus was still covering the overtime of Boston-Montreal, those bastards. And we missed the first, 7 minutes of the game where the Kings scored all 3 of their goals. So I didn't get to see any of that. Now, I surely would trade that in for a Kings victory. In fact, if you told me the Kings were going to win the series, I wouldn't even watch the last 2 games. Or at least that's what I'd say on the record. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because all that matters is the final score. And Jonathan Quick basically stood on his head. It wasn't his best game. I think that 50-save 1-0 shutout against Detroit was a better game, but there certainly wasn't as much on the line. It wasn't a do-or-die game like this was. You win or go home. So, what can you say? Hopefully, tomorrow night the Kings come home and they can change the style of the game that they played last night. If we play that way again tomorrow night, I just believe we're going to lose even at home. We did not. I mean, San Jose, who has been kind of, I don't know, they've been averaging at least 4 or 5 penalties a game. I think last night they had 1 penalty, and I don't think that's because they were playing less aggressive. They were more aggressive. I just don't think we weren't moving our feet enough to really draw penalties. There were some marginal calls where you could have won either way, but all in all, we stole one. Pure and simple, stole a game, and sometimes that's what you need to do. You need to have one game where it doesn't make sense. You should have lost, but you won. And that bottom line is the LA Kings won, so we get to play another Game 6 tomorrow night. I am pumped, so let's do it. There was a Dustin Penner sighting last night. He actually scored a goal. Kyle Clifford, stud. Pure stud. How good is that guy going to be in 4 years when he's 24 years old? The guy already looks like a man. He's starting to get a little swagger now. You notice that little swagger? The guy could be a real team leader, maybe one day even a captain of the Kings. So, but I'm excitable. So, to me, everything's roses in a moment like this. So, anyhow, watch the game, say a little prayer. Let's pull it off and go back to San Jose. This is David Stone. Go Kings, go!